Stampers! Today we're going to make this card, so let's go ahead and get busy. We're going to be using the Real Red and the Whisper White. The Whisper White is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then the Real Red is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then the layers, the small Whisper White is cut at 2.5 by 2.5. And the Real Red is cut at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then the Whisper White is cut at 3 by 3. So let's go ahead and do our crimping first on this piece of cardstock. We're going to go ahead and score this. We're going to score it at 2 inches first, right down the center. And then you're going to score it at 2 inches. And then 2 inches on this side. So then your paper should look like this, scored lines. And then you're going to take each corner and fold it up to the little square scored line. Do all 4 corners like this. Okay, so it should look like this. When you're done, you're going to flip it over and you're going to take this point and you're going to run it through the crimper. And one tip, when you're rolling this through, you want to make sure that the tabs underneath get folded in so it goes through the crimper. Okay. Okay, so it should look like this. And then your crimped edges will go in different directions. It'll be a shape of a diamond in the center here. So that's pretty cool. You can actually just go ahead and lay this right onto your card. But we're going to just do a little something different. We're going to cut these pieces on the score line to form a different look on this card. So I'm just cutting on the score lines. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and add these pieces to our card. Okay, so then you're just going to layer these right onto your Whisper White. Take the center part. Isn't that cool? Love it. Okay, so there's basically the card. Then all we did was just cut that and then matted it onto the Whisper White. Okay, so now for the center part of the card with the Ornament Punch, we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. Going to take the smaller piece of the Whisper White and you're going to go ahead and use the Ornament Punch and just punch that out so it looks like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and run the embossing buddy over top of this just to prevent the red glitter from sticking to that. Okay, then I'm going to take some Scotch tape, just tear off a piece, and then I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to add the sticky part to the back side of the Ornament Punch out, and then you're just going to trim the sides of the adhesive off. Okay, so then this is going to be sticky showing through your window here. So then you're going to take your red glitter. This is from the Fine Galaxy collection of the glitter pack. Oh, this is really glittery. Okay, so just take the red and just sprinkle that over top of that tape. Okay, so it looks like that. Okay, so then this piece I'm going to go ahead and layer onto the Real Red, but it won't stick because when you apply the snail, it doesn't adhere to the tape part on the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the adhesive on the Real Red first and then position this onto the layer. Okay, so it looks like that. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and layer this piece onto the Whisper White. So let's go ahead and add our adhesive to the red part. and then layer this onto the Whisper White. Okay, so it looks like that. Now we're going to go ahead and stamp using the Real Red Classic ink, and we're going to use this greeting. It says Merry Christmas, and this is from the Christmas Classic stamp set, and it's got a little curvature there for that word, so I like it. And I'm going to use the Stampin' for this. I went ahead and stamped the greeting. I just keep these in my stamp box, so whenever I use the stamp set, I have the template already made. So I'm just going to position that right where I want it. Take my Stampin' and then ink up the stamp and stamp straight down. So it looks like that. Cute. Okay, so now we're going to add some tinsel to the four corners. Let me show you how I did that. Just going to flip this over, and I'm going to add adhesive to all four corners. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this around to the back, like that, and trim it off, and do all four corners this way. Okay, isn't that cute? Love it. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and adhere this to the card with dimensionals. And I'm going to put a dimensional in each of the corners just to secure those corners with the tinsel. Okay. And then just pop this up in the center of the card. Right about there. That's it. Isn't that cute? Okay, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you later. Bye!